Continuing our Halfway to Halloween video series, we are in Griffith Park today. Every year for Halfway to Halloween, I do this hike, go up to the Toyon Canyon landfill, then to the haunted picnic table. They've made it a little bit more difficult because they closed part of the road to get here, so you have to drive all the way around, but I'm already out of breath. It's about 1.5 miles up, and it is straight up. But the good thing is that it's straight down when you come down. So we're going to try to do this before we run out of sunlight. Let's head up to the haunted picnic table of Griffith Park. I'd love to say I'm in as good a shape as I used to be, but the first part of this hike, it's a workout. After that 1/3 of a mile uphill hike takes you to the Toyon Canyon landfill. Up here is 90 fillable acres. Opened in 1957, put out of commission in 1985, completely filled in. There are no trespassing signs, but you are allowed to walk the grounds because it is actually part of Griffith Park now. And each level of that landfill is actually a walking trail, and one of them is a bridle path that connects to some of the other, there are a lot of bugs flying around, some of the other trails here in Griffith Park. So just don't try to climb in some of these abandoned buildings and such. Use common sense, but you can be up here as it is part of the park. It was supposed to be fully developed into a recreational area with like playgrounds and soccer fields, but never happened, of course. So this is what we have today, but makes for a very creepy scene, almost apocalyptic, and it's been used in a ton of movies. So we'll look for those and put those in the video somewhere while I'm rambling on and on. If you were to come up from Mount Hollywood Drive, which is the pavement, but it is not open, this is the entrance to the landfill. Again, it says no trespassing, but go ahead. You're not actually trespassing. So we're going to go back around, meet back up with the trail that we just came up on. I only went this way to show you guys the entrance, and then continue on this journey to where I was supposed to pick back up is 3/4 of a mile. And this is the abandoned pavement that goes around Griffith Park. This is not the haunted picnic table of Griffith Park, but just as creepy. I don't know why you'd want to have a picnic there, but if you did, there you go. Here's another look at the top of the landfill, and this is the bridle path trail right in front of me. You can see a little bit further down is that picnic area and monument, which I told you about, but we are going to the right. If you get lost here in Griffith Park, there's usually signage every few hundred feet or 1/4 mile or so. I know exactly where I'm going. It says Vista del Valle Drive, Mount Hollywood Drive, 0.4 miles, and that's where we're heading. Is the suspense building up? Either I'm going to be out of breath and pass out before we get up here, or you're going to be so out of breath from the suspense. One or the other. What's going to happen first? This last climb is going to be a killer, but then we're on flat asphalt. Can we make it? A couple hundred feet. But we were up to Vista del Valle Drive. Decommissioned somewhere in the 80s also. There was Mount Hollywood Drive and Vista del Valle, which crisscrossed the park, but due to increased traffic, lewd behavior, fire danger, the park's closed it down, so now it's just hiking, biking, jogging, walking. And we're gonna go to the least busy intersection in the city of Los Angeles, Vista del Valle and Mount Hollywood Drive, in 0.2 miles, flat. We're less than a 1/4 mile from that haunted picnic table, but we'll be right back after these short messages. This is that building in the landfill we started at. We'll zoom all the way out to show you how far we've come. Keep zooming, keep zooming, keep zooming, keep zooming, keep zooming. There you go. We did it. We made it to Mount Hollywood Drive and Vista del Valle, both closed streets here in Griffith Park. This is Los Angeles' least busy intersection. Definitely probably not the scariest, but definitely the creepiest intersection in Los Angeles. Especially when you don't I think we've passed 3 people the entire way up. 2 guys just walked by and we passed a lady with a dog. But it's amazing that you can be smack dab in the middle of Los Angeles, Los Feliz that way, Burbank, Glendale that way, the Disney Studios, and not see more than 3 people after dinner. Here it is, the haunted picnic table of Griffith Park, and it looks like, oh, it's actually collapsed more since the last time I was up here. Oh, and there's some weird carrots left too. Is that some sort of satanic ritual, or was somebody having a picnic? So legend has it, 2 young lovers, Rand and Nancy, ironically Rand, were up here being a little amorous Halloween night, 1976. When this tree came crashing down on top of them and killed both of them. So they say that if you come here at night, especially on Halloween, you can hear the voices of Rand and Nancy. And I was here one day and heard voices. So is it Rand and Nancy haunting the picnic table here in Griffith Park? Or is it the hiking trail that's literally right above his, right up here? So you decide. But this is a famous location here in Griffith Park. Ghost hunters, seekers, YouTubers. Sam and Colby came up here once and got lost for like 6 hours. How they got lost, I have no idea, but they made a 2-hour video of it, and they were so scared, so afraid. It was freezing cold, and they had to take their shirts off. That is the haunted picnic table behind me at Griffith Park. Comment below, have you been here? Have you heard voices? Do you believe in the legend that Rand and Nancy were actually killed, or is it just an urban legend made up here in LA to scare the locals and scare tourists and scare Sam and Colby? Sam and Colby or Colby? I don't know. But I'm so scared I have to take my shirt off. Heading back down the hill to the car. The sun is setting. If you like the video here in Griffith Park, no, it's a little anticlimactic unless you believe there was really a ghost there. But thank you for coming along on this journey. Watching me lose my breath up to the top of the hill deserves a like and a follow, right? If you didn't see our other videos from this week, halfway to Halloween, we did the Mystic Museum, both the Y2 Kills exhibit and the Lost Toys. We went to the Cauldron, Spirits and Brews in Buena Park for a haunted happy hour. We also went to Knott's Berry Farm and looked at what Halloween items are around the park throughout the year. And then this weekend, we're also going to Spooky Swap Meet up at Heritage Square. So whether you watch this video when it comes out or if you watch it afterwards, we'll link the playlist down in the description so you can see all of our Halfway to Halloween videos. And if you love haunted things and Halloween, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we cover all the events in Halloween, from Scary Farm, Fright Fest, Horror Nights, you name it, we're all over. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you're subscribed and follow us on social media. Now back down this hill. On our way back down here, this part of Mount Hollywood Drive is known as Kathy's Corners. You could stick that into Google Maps if you're looking for a reference point coming up here for mileage. And I think it was either right here or slightly down this hill is where they filmed that iconic scene from La La Land. Right in front of us is the Walt Disney Studios, the Burbank Studios, the building that used to be Disney Channel. Then around the corner you'd have Warner Brothers and Universal. And of course Forest Lawn and Mount Sinai Cemetery is right in front of us. Downtown Burbank right over there with IKEA, and then the Burbank Bob Hope Airport straight ahead. It's not uncommon to see wildlife, and we just saw 3 deer. There, where are they? They're there somewhere, but oh, there they go.